All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. UFC 280 just finished. It is in the bag. And of course, we have a new lightweight champion of the world. And that man is Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev was sensational tonight. Proved me wrong. Proved a lot of people wrong. Of course, he came in as the favourite, but a lot of people thought Charles Oliveria would win. And I was one of those people. And the reason being is because I thought, I am not going to underestimate this guy anymore, because Charles Oliveria, what he did, the run he went on was spectacular. And every time I thought he was going to lose, but he would always get the finish in spectacular style. And of course, going up against Islam Makhachev, it was a tough fight, but still I put my money on Charles, and Islam Makhachev proved myself and anyone else that did absolutely wrong. Islam Makhachev went out there tonight and dominated that fight from start to finish. And I'll just say this right now, that this is in no way any disrespect to Charles Oliveria, because I love the guy and the journey he's been on. And to come back after all those losses and become the champion and do it in such an exciting fashion. You know, if you watch me on here, I'm a huge fan. But even if they fought again, another 5 times, I don't think we would see anything different. The fight started and Charles Oliveria tried to take him down, and I respect that. He was trying to beat him at his own game. But trying to get a bodylock takedown against somebody with the caliber of wrestling, the lifelong experience, the strength of hips, and the general balance and wrestling ability of an Islam Makhachev, certainly a bodylock, you're never going to get that. So it was kind of a bad idea. He hit the ground. He threatened with a triangle straight away. Of course, he's known for the submissions. Islam did his homework, defended all of those submissions, and Charles never really got close to anything. Oliveira got back to his feet. They both landed some good shots. Islam looks very, very much improved and more polished on the feet tonight. You can see the hard work with Javier Mendez paying off. Looked great on the feet. Charles had a go. Ended up back on his back again. You know, rallied back to his feet though, which is something that we've not seen a lot of other people do. So Charles was there to fight. He showed up. He did everything he could, but he couldn't take him down. He couldn't stop the takedowns. He couldn't submit him, and he couldn't finish him on the feet. So I don't know if we saw that fight again. What could Charles Oliveira do different? That's because the rightful champion right now is Islam Makhachev. Charles had a great run, but I don't believe he's going to get the belt back. I know he asked Hunter and Campbell for another crack at the whip. I know he said, I want another shot, but I don't think he's going to get it, you know? And of course, we already know Islam's next opponent, Alexander Volkanovski. Now, coming into this one, I said if Charles could get this job done, if he could beat Islam, he would become the GOAT, the greatest lightweight of all time. Of course, he didn't get the job done. He got submitted in round 2. So, of course, the GOAT title still belongs to Khabib, to the Eagle. But I'm telling you, Islam is going to be hot on his heels. Now, for Charles Oliveira, the problem is because he tapped. He tapped in round 2 to a submission, a head and arm choke, and he tapped very quickly. I remember we were watching it. I was watching it with Callum, my son, and he said, wow, why did he tap so quick? Well, the answer is because he was kind of in half guard, and he had the head and arm position, and he has a tremendous squeeze. And you could see from Oliveira, even though he wasn't in a position to finish that submission, he was still already applying a lot of pressure. And when he got the legs free, when he kicked free from guard and got to side control and fully, put on the full potential of the choke, he tapped very, very quickly. Because already being choked significantly, and then all of a sudden, boom, the pressure went through the roof, and he thought, if I don't tap, I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to be embarrassed in front of the entire world. You know, so he made a judgment call right then and there, and he quit. And there's absolutely no shame in that. He didn't quit. He tapped. He tapped. He didn't quit. He tapped. But that's okay. People tap all the time. Just because you tap to a submission doesn't mean you are a quitter. Doesn't mean you gave up on yourself. It means you got beat by the better man, by the more technical, advantageous fighter on the night. You know, but the problem is people did say he was a quitter because he'd lost a few times before and he had tapped a couple of times. So some assholes are going to go out there and say that Charles Oliveira is now a quitter again. I don't say that. I say that he just got beaten by the better man on the night. Islam Makhachev tonight, as I say, beat him in every single area, on the feet, in the clinch, on the ground, you know, in the jiu-jitsu as well. So that does rub a little salt in the wounds for Charles Oliveira. Obviously, he's the submission master, the most submissions in the history of the sport or of the UFC, which is incredible. But he beat him at his own game. So that one's going to stink. It's going to stink for Charles. But he'll get over it. It's not the first time ever. For Islam Makhachev, I think we're going to see him go on quite the run right now. Khabib's the man, but Islam's coming hot on his heels. And the funny thing is that it's Khabib that's coaching him. Now, we saw the next fight get made tonight for Islam Makhachev. It's going to be Alexander Volkanovski in Perth, Australia in February 2023. And I'm very excited because I'm going to be there for that one. I'm going to be calling that fight, hopefully. So, Alexander Volkanovski stepping up from 145 to 55. Of course, he was the backup fighter. If either man didn't make weight or if somebody got injured, then Volkanovski was going to step up. He didn't have to do that, but now he gets to fight Islam anyway in Perth, Australia, with the hometown support of the country behind him. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Can't wait for it. And for Volkanovski, he has nothing to lose here. Now he probably knows he's going up against a bigger, stronger wrestler. But as I say, if he loses this fight, all right, he loses a fight. And that hurts, and you might get embarrassed in front of your home country or whatnot. But he's still going to be the 145-pound champ. So realistically, that mindset that he has nothing to lose is going to make him even more dangerous. Volkanovski's going to be beefing up. He's going to pack on a few extra pounds. Okay, he's going to be stronger. He's going to be harder to take down. Islam was calling him the short guy. Where is short guy? I cannot see this short guy. Well, guess what? That shortness may just bite you in the ass, because when you're shorter, you have a lower center of gravity. A lower center of gravity means you're harder to take down. And Volkanovski's already incredibly strong and wide, massive legs. Used to walk around at 220 pounds as a rugby player. So Volkanovski's going to come into this one extremely strong, and it will be a very, very competitive matchup. But I can't wait for that one. Still, tonight, Charles OLIVERIA, rest up, my friend. I thought he might have retired for a second now. I saw him taking the gloves off and I thought, wow, is he going to retire? Because if he did, there would have been no shame in that, because he did it. He got to the top of the mountain. He became the champion. He defended the belt. He missed weight, but still he won the fight against Gage. He provided a lot of excitement and no doubt put a few $1 million in his bank account. And then he lost to Islam Makhachev, and I thought maybe he was going to walk away. But he didn't. He wants another title fight, but he's going to have to earn that. So who does he fight next? I don't know. A rematch with Poirier? No, he's got a match up, a rematch with Gagey. I don't know. The lightweight division is absolutely stacked, but he's going to have to earn that. He's going to have to get another win or two, at least, in my opinion, before we see him fight Islam Makhachev again. If Islam Makhachev gets past Alexander Volkanovski, I just don't see who there is. I don't see who there is that can beat him. I really don't. Gagey, is he going to be able to stop the takedowns? I don't believe. Neither there's Poirier, Michael Chandler. I just really don't see all the top dogs of the lightweight division, whilst they would be extremely exciting fights. And of course, I could be wrong. I've been wrong many, many times before, and I'll be wrong again. But my opinion right now is that I don't see anyone at a lightweight touching him. I mean, for example, one of the reasons people said that Islam didn't deserve this fight tonight was because of the caliber of competition that he beat it. Last time I was against Bobby Green. Bobby Green's a tough fighter. Bobby Green can fight his fucking ass off and was on a hell of a win streak. But when Bobby Green got beat off Islam Makhachev, afterwards he was like, oh my God, that was like nothing I've ever experienced. I couldn't do anything. That is the kind of ability that Islam Makhachev has, and that is why I believe he's going to rule the roost and he's going to dominate the lightweight division for quite some time. Congratulations, Islam Makhachev. Well done to the whole team. Javier Mendez, Khabib, all of you. Congrats. Enjoy the victory. Charles OLIVERIA, you don't speak English. You can't see this, but even if you did and you could speak English, congratulations, man. Nothing to be ashamed of. What you achieved in the last 18 months was absolutely nothing short of sensational. So keep your chin up, stay strong, stay positive, and I look forward to the comeback. There it is. What did you think about the fight? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Take care.